according to Hip Hop is the Nas channel. And
Is that what it is?
yeah.
We
And
should talk about that.
yeah, well, let's talk about it because in 2006, Nas dropped "Hip Hop Is Dead," and we were just talking about we were listed all these great albums that came out in 2005 and 2004. Why did he why did he drop this, or what do you think was the feeling in 2006 that made it feel like hip hop was done?
First of all, much like my Carolina Panthers, Hip Hop Is Dead is not that good. Yeah, that's them on the back screen losing right now. It's not that good. Yeah, they're not that good. It's very.
As long as you don't play the Falcons, you all right.
Falcons are worse. You see, they let a motherfucker that didn't even have the playbook beat their ass. I never want to be those guys, and I live down here. I tell people that all the time. But truthfully, I don't like Hip Hop Is Dead because it appears to coincide with the official ending of like New York hip hop having the reins. And so ethos of the album. And if you're going to make an album like that, I'm just going to need the album to be better, to be honest with you. Money Over Bullshit is fire. He's the best intro song starter in the game. He always has been, because in a lot of people's minds, his best song was his first song. He's always been the best album starter. Black Republican is a really great record. It's not as special as it should have been. Can't Forget About You with Christette Michele and Hustlers with the Game come to mind. But the rest of the album after those four cuts is some up and down Six Flags ass roller coaster ride of an album. And really outside of a couple of the tracks, it really doesn't even fit the theme of the album. I think it was definitely in its transition time, but the album's just not that good and the timing is bad, and so is the ethos of the album. I always tell people, it's like, for whatever people think about me, I've always been honest about fam. You know what I mean? And that's one of the low points of his career, in my opinion. Like, if you look at his catalog now, that's like an easy bottom 3 or 4 album. Like, easy.
Yeah. All right. Bottom 3 or 4? I mean, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's bottom 3, but
there's Nostradamus, Strict Disciple.
Nostradamus might be better because the songs on there are holding up. Look at How You Owe Me up. Look at Family with Mobb Deep. Look at Shoot 'Em Up that Havoc produced. Look at Come and Get Me that DJ Premier produced. You know what I mean? It's like, no, them records ain't on Hip Hop Is Dead. So no, it's bottom 3. And I mean, y'all, I know all of y'all follow the show, so y'all know how much shit I talk about Nostradamus. But yeah, I'd actually, at this point in the game, because it's about how it holds. And so, like, I would tell you, I'd take a Nostradamus over Hip Hop Is Dead right now.
All right, I was surprised to hear that.
All right, so we were talking about the best albums of these years. So what do you think might be the best one, if you could think off the top of your head? Or we'll tell you some of the ones we chose and we'll see what you thought about it.
I said Food and Liquor, of course. Coop, you already know.
Are we talking 2006? Is that where we are? Is 2006?
Yeah, we're on 2006.
Hell Hath No Fury by the Clips, gentlemen.
I knew you could.
Hell Hath No Fury. So
Hell Hath No Fury was the best rap album that year.
I love Hell Hath No Fury.
Didn't The Doctor's Advocate come out in 2006? Is that 2006, The Doctor's Advocate?
I don't know.
Yes, I think so.
It wasn't on my list, Scoop. On the channel. It's not even on the list, Scoop.
This still better than that for sure.
I mean, everybody's entitled. I mean, Hell Hath No Fury is the best rap album of that year, in my opinion, and I felt that way from the moment I heard it. Like, I was still a recording artist when Hell Hath No Fury came out. That was, like, how about this? Me and the other top MC in the studio, like me and Holla were the 2 best MCs in the studio. I picked Holla up to go to the studio, and we played Hell Hath No Fury, and we were looking at each other like, nigga, we got to do better. like, forget what this is what people have to understand when you MC. Like, the content might be the content and you might not like it, but when we was listening to how Malice and Pusha was rhyming, we was looking at each other like, yeah, we about to go. Like, yeah, we got to go shake this shit up tonight, because these niggas just, like, the bar styles, the cadences, the flows, the themes, just the overall feeling. Like, for me, it was the Purple Tape for that era. You know what I'm saying? And I think still the Neptune's best production job. And I want to like say this clearly: Neptune's, not Pharrell.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
No, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Chad is really, I mean, essential to that group.
Yes, because he's better with the drums than Pharrell is, and this is hip hop. So it's like, oh no, you can take your Pharrell record. I want me a Neptune's record.
Now, one of the things we didn't talk about in 2000 so far are mixtapes, because the Dedication 2 also came out this year, and that's a classic mixtape. I mean, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why 2000s hip hop is not held the same quality as the 90s hip hop, is because these mixtapes are not counted the same, or I guess you know what I mean?
Yeah, they can't get it put up, so you can't re-listen to them and stuff that much. Like you gotta hunt them down. You can't put them on stream or something.
Just real quick, just so we're clear, what was y'all rap album for 2005? Was it Be by Common?
It was Late Registration.
It's better than B. Oh. It's better than B. And we talked about this because B is amazing, but the thing is, Late Registration is like, it's almost like a compilation. You got songs like We Major by Nas. You got songs like Go Home by Common. And it's like you hear all these people, all these amazing artists put in their effort into Late Registration, and it's got great production. Whereas B is just Common. And Common does great. It's great production, it's great, but it's just Common. And so it's not the same feel as you get when you listen to Late Registration.
Ye got bars all through Late Registration too, man. Funny bars, all kinds of bars.
First of all, Late Registration is my favorite Kanye album. Roses is probably my second favorite Kanye song next to Flashing Lights. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of credence on that. I think my thing with B is that B is a real solo mission. And I'm always going to take, if we have two classic projects and one is compilation like, and one is a solo mission, I'm always going to take the solo mission, even if the compilation is better. Because in my mind, it's like, well, shit, Adam Levine is singing on your shit. Paul Wall is on your shit. Nas is on your shit. Jay is on your shit. Cam is on your shit. Game is on your shit. Like, Brandy is on your shit. It's like, it better sound better than B, like aesthetically. And also, too, and here's where I give it to Common. Well, production-wise, Common had Kanye, but Kanye had all those guys, and he had John Bryan clean up his sound. And for people who don't know who John Bryan is, he produced Fiona Apple's Extraordinary Machine and a lot of other pop culture stuff. But I always tell people, Ye's stadium flow starts with John Bryan. John Bryan's who gave Ye his stadium flow.
So I think that's a great point.
Who wrote the records on Late Registration? Because Kanye bars has never been better than that. And he has better verses than a lot of the people that you name on these songs he's on. Which is shocking to me.
I mean, truthfully, if we're talking about his bar work, he might have even out-rapped Nas on We Major.
He out-rapped Nas and Jigga.
Yeah, I was about to say his biggest claim to fame as far as the MC is that on his second album he did out-rap Nas and Jay on back-to-back songs. But also too, that's 2005 Jay and Nas. That's not Nas.
That's not far removed from. Come on, man. That's not far removed from. Like,
say that.
Yeah.
No, they were both going through. No, not to say that they're not great at that time, but Nas and Jay were going through transitions around that time.
Yeah.
And also too, you have to understand those are the type of guys that they'll hold heat. You know what I mean? Like Jay and Nas's catalog and their bars are enough. It's like, oh no, I'll hold heat. You know what I'm saying? I'll just fit into the record for Kanye. I ain't gonna go like they didn't go berserk like neither one of them usually do on features. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas and Jay are probably arguably two of the 5 greatest feature artists ever too. Like not just MCs, but feature artists as far as rap verses. And it's like We Major and Diamonds are not even either one of their top 15 features in my opinion. So it's like we also need to be mindful of that as well. You know?
That's true.
Like,
I don't know if I hold Jigga features that high, but I don't want to keep hating on Jay. I always be doing that. Okay. So.
I do feel you on Kanye's bars because that's why I like Roses. It's like, don't tell me somebody else wrote Roses. I know it's past visiting hours, but can we please? No. Yeah. Hey, that's the Kanye album to me. Like Late College Dropout is about Kanye getting on. Late Registration is the actual Kanye album. Graduation is the stadium flow. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the I Hate All You Niggas and I'm Gonna Prove That I'm Better Than You Niggas album. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Late Registration is the Kanye album. So like, if you feel like that's the best album that year, I'm not gonna argue with you. Because I'll tell you what, like I was in Cali when that album was coming out. And I was riding to Vegas, literally the weekend the album came out. He was performing in Vegas the weekend the album came out. This nigga had a billboard. I said, when the fuck did rappers get billboards in Vegas? That's when I realized how big he was to people. I was like, oh shit, this nigga has a billboard in Vegas. And it's like the whole talk when I was pulling up into Vegas was like the nigga Ye was in town to promote Late Registration. It was a thing. I had never seen no rapper have it like that before. So it was a special moment.
I was in college. I remember that shit was like must play the moment it came out. Like I remember people talking about it everywhere we went. Or at least I felt that way, you know, at the time.
I told you on a billboard in Vegas for your sophomore album for a rapper. It's like, nah, that's the quote, we major. Come on, homie, we major. It's like, yeah, he was major.
Yeah, all right. But now going back to B being better than this seat, because I think you made a good point with, you know, B is a solo mission and Common should get more credit. But my thing is, you know, if we talk about album of the year, then we talking about just the body of work. If we talk about MC of the year, then we'd be like, okay, you know, Common is, you know, or you could say Common is MC of the year or something like that. But the album is albums are always collaborative. I mean, whether you got a producer working with you or it's just, you know, you and one producer or it's a whole team, whatever. Albums are always collaborative. You can't escape that. So I think it's not fair to say the album's not the best.
Also, 2005 caveat. Well, the Carter 2 came out in 2005 as well at the end of the year. And that's my favorite Wayne album. I still think that's Wayne's best album too. So for me, I feel you on the hip hop is dead type of thing because it's like, nigga, I just got done listening to the Carter 2, B, and Late Registration. Hip hop appears to be very alive and well. That's Chicago and New Orleans, though. It's not New York. And I'm thinking T.I. came out with King in 2005. Is that correct?
Yep. No, 2006. 2006. That came out in 2006 too.
Okay. So I would take King and Hell Hath No Fury in 2006. I think Hell Hath No Fury is superior to King. I think What You Know by T.I. is the song of the year in 2006 and one of the best rap songs ever and might be the best, like, just stand up. If I was just picking an Atlanta rap song and it's like, hey, like, what's Atlanta about? That would be the song because it's like it has enough bar work for you to respect us, but it has the infectious hook and it has the beat. Like, you know, it's a respectable showing to represent Atlanta for a song. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Bombs Over Baghdad isn't indicative of Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So Fresh, So Clean, kind of, sort of, but not like What You Know. So it's like, yeah. So hip hop definitely wasn't dead, like Nas was saying. That's why I'm saying that's why the ethos was off. It's like, okay, this nigga not listening to the shit that I'm listening to. Here's the reality of the matter. In 2005, 2006, New York's not running shit.
Yeah, that's. I think you hit the nail on the head right there. That's probably why he was saying it. Yeah. Because these albums we're talking about aren't from New York. So that's the difference. But you mentioned the Carter 2 is the best. Carter 1 is the album that my favorite Wayne album. That's my brother's favorite one.
Boot, ain't y'all?
Yeah. It's that Manny Fresh production that makes the Carter 1 the best. Right. So the Boot probably love Carter 1, right? Because it's Manny, right?
Oh, you might be in the minority there too. I love Carter 1, but I don't know. People love Carter 2. So
Carter 2 is his best album. Money on My Mind is still my favorite Wayne song. Best Rapper Alive.
Best Rapper Alive, yeah. That's the best one to me.
Man, look here. Oh No might have been around here in 2005. Like, Oh No, he spazzed on Oh No.
Yeah, he did.
Lock and Load with Corrupt. The Mob, the intro. Look here. Yeah. I went to a birthday party for a local artist in Piedmont Park. It's one of the homies. I'm going to be bringing her on my new show. I'm going to talk to y'all about my new show, too. I'm going to have y'all on when we get our live stream together for the show, too. But when I mean, like, all of us, when they played The Mob, like, all of us was rapping it. like, oh, play that shit. Like, that's the only Wayne joint that I know that got everybody like that. And that was on some Atlanta shit. Like, we in Piedmont Park. I'm with my ATL people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, Bob might be, like, we were literally having conversations like, what's a better song's intro starter than The Mob? Like, we was having to go to New York State of Mind and like other, like, so Wayne is like that on that album as an MC. Because understand, I'm going to a birthday party full of rappers and singers and artists. Matter of fact, Mika Means, who used to write for Puff, was there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was around artists, and all the artists were swearing by Wayne and The Mob. And so, like, it's different when the artists swear by it.
Yeah, you know, I think the Carter 2 is when, and he started his production from people outside of the camp, outside of Manny Fresh, starting on Carter 2 and on. I feel like that's when he caught like more mainstream attention, and he was rapping. You're right, but I don't know why the Carter 3, because I mean, when we look at these songs, Go DJ, you know, This Is the Carter, you know, I Miss My Dogs, that he, you know, Snitch. Hoes, Earthquake, you know, all those songs are amazing songs on the Carter 1. You know?
How about this? I think the problem with the Carter 1 is that you can't hear the J in the flow. Either I'm the illest nigga doing it or these niggas is losing it. I'm like, oh no, that's J shit. That's J's bars and his flow. So I think with the Carter 2 is when Wayne got his Wayne flow on. Okay, so here's my thing. The Carter 1 is some New Orleans J-inspired shit. Mm-hmm. The Carter 3, I can tell that Drake is in the fold and assisting with the hooks. The Carter 2 is Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me that Drake did not help with the Carter 3 because got money and you taking it. No. That's Drake style. That's not Wayne. Wayne wasn't doing that before.
The Carter 3 is the one that people talk about the most. That's the follow. That's the follow.
I hate Carter 3.
And that's Drake. That's Drake's flow. So it's like, for me, when I listen to Carter 3, I feel like I'm listening to Drake on like 4 or 5 records. Like when I'm listening to the Carter 2, I'm like, no, that's Weezy F Baby. Please say the baby.
Maybe that's why I don't like Carter 3.
Hustle music. Ooh. Yeah, it's the Carter 2 for me. It's the Carter 2.
Mm-hmm. What about we going to the next year, Dumb It Down?
Yeah.